Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Answers for Athletes. In today's video, Coach Ross from Good Drills says that Rick Pitino, the legendary college basketball coach, has it right when it comes to conditioning. Also, just a quick caveat, quick side note, my 8-month-old son is crawling around my office right now on the floor. So if you hear a bunch of crinkling and pounding and weird noises, if the camera suddenly falls over, we know who the culprit is. But let's get into it.
Finally, somebody said it. My respect for Rick Pitino just went through the roof. Listen to this.
Yeah, but we condition with basketball. I'm not a big suicide guy. I'm not a big guy running on the track. Everything we do is running with a basketball. That's the way you should condition. You know, I used to be a runner. I would run 6-8 miles a day and try up the speed. And I'd go in the gym and play 3-on-3, and I was exhausted.
Right.
It's just a different cardiovascular altogether.
He's probably the first coach I've ever heard say this. Just literally, if you want to get more condition for basketball, play more basketball. And obviously play it in a way where you're going to be challenging your conditioning for actual games. So play 5-on-5, full court, and play hard and try to win. And you'll get more condition. There's no need to do anything else beyond that. And of course, if you want to go run and you have the ability and the time and the energy and it's something you like to do, amazing, go do it. But to say you have to go run or you have to go condition outside of basketball or you have to do a crazy amount of running as a coach because you have to be in shape. Basketball shape is different than any other type of shape. Good job, Rick.
All right, so here's why I am the perfect person to explain this and break this down. Number one, I am a high school basketball coach, and I've seen other high school and college basketball coaches run their players into the ground so much that you would have a kid who can dunk at the beginning of the season. Come mid-season, he can't even dunk anymore because his tendons, his muscles, his central nervous system has been so beat down and stressed from conditioning that it's really going to take like a Christmas break or 2 to 3 weeks after the season for him to actually get some rest and recovery, for him to actually start dunking and expressing his athleticism again. But on the other end, I've also seen guys who are really strong and powerful and explosive and can jump really high not be able to express their athleticism because they're so gassed and winded and out of breath during a basketball game. Now, this is a side note, but another thing is that I used to run cross country in high school, and I also played basketball in high school. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to be so far ahead of everybody else because I'm running every single day. I'm running miles and miles and miles, and when it comes to basketball, I'm going to be so in shape, I'm going to be able to outrun everybody. And then I would get on the basketball court, and I would be out of shape, just like Rick Pitino said. And I'll tell you why in 1 second. This is the last reason why I'm the best person to talk about this, because I am a strength and conditioning coach who specializes in basketball players, and I understand the science of why you can run miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and then get on a basketball court and still feel winded, gassed, and out of breath. Here's why. Cross country, running miles and miles and miles, is aerobic based. Sprinting is anaerobic based. Basketball is both. There's an aerobic component and an anaerobic component. Aerobic means with oxygen. Anaerobic means without oxygen. So for aerobic, you can think of a light jog. So it's low to moderate intensity. So it's a light jog or some light swimming or even walking or some dancing. It's light to moderate intensity. Anaerobic is sprinting, jumping, lifting without oxygen. Does not require oxygen. Basketball is both of those. So that is why you can run miles and miles and miles and improve your aerobic capacity. But once it comes to the anaerobic part, you can be out of shape, you can be out of breath, you can feel winded, gassed, etc. because you need both for basketball. Now, I want to point out something that Coach Ross said. He said that if you want to do some outside conditioning, by all means, do it. If you like to do that, go ahead and do it. I 100% agree. If you want to do some extra running or there's certain forms of cardio that you like outside of your sports, then go ahead and do that. If you have tendon or joint pain, you might need to do that at first, which I will talk about a little bit later in this video. But another thing that he said was you cannot emulate the conditioning that you get from basketball with anything other than basketball. I 100% agree. You can try your best to, in your training, get some aerobic-based cardio and get some anaerobic-based cardio. You can do intervals. You can do HIIT training. You can do your running on the track. You can do your long, steady-state cardio. You can try to do both of these as much as possible, but it will never perfectly emulate basketball because in basketball, it's so random. There's so much agility, the positions that you're getting in, the cutting, the physicality and bumping other players, the randomness of it all, you will never be able to emulate in your training. That is why playing basketball, playing 5-on-5, 1-on-1, adding conditioning into your skill work, that is why that is 100% the best way to get conditioned for basketball. It's by playing basketball. Now, one last thing. Got this big note card so I don't forget to give you guys some of the points that I wanted to hit. So for me, when I was a men's league warrior at 26 years old, so I had a career. I ran cross country in high school, played basketball in high school, played a couple years of college basketball, been in shape, been out of shape. Now I'm a strength coach. I understand why I was in shape and out of shape. When I was a men's league warrior at 26, currently I don't play in any men's leagues, but at 26, I remember thinking to myself, I added up the money that I spent on men's leagues at the end of the year, and I thought to myself, wow, that is a lot of money that I have spent to play in men's leagues. I was playing like 5 days a week in different, like 5 different leagues a week. Here's what I noticed. I can't be as effective if my knees hurt. If I have tendon or joint pain, I can't be as effective as I want to be, right? And we all know high school and college and professional athletes who have some knee pain, but they're still effective, but they can't be as effective as they want to be. If my skill is rusty, like if I need to go do some skill work, I've been lacking on my skill work. If my skills are rusty, I can't be as effective. I can still get some buckets because I'm physical, I'm strong, I'm explosive. I can still get some buckets, but I can't be as effective as I want to be. If I'm out of shape and I like from an explosiveness or strength standpoint, if I can't be as physically dominant as I normally am, I can't be as effective on the basketball court. So with these three, with knee pain, not being as explosive as I want to be, and my skill work being a little rusty, I can't be as effective on the courts. I can still be effective, but not as effective. But if I'm out of shape and it's a fast-paced game and I don't have the cardio, I can't do shit. It's not even like I can be a little bit effective. If it's up and down, up and down, up and down the court, and I'm not in shape, I can't do shit. I can't be effective at all. I'm getting blown by on defense. I'm behind the play on offense. You can't do shit if you are out of shape. Now, let's talk very quickly about one last thing, and then I'll get out of your hair. If you have some knee pain or some tendon pain or some joint pain, you might need to do some cardio and try to emulate the aerobic cardio and the anaerobic cardio in your training. That is not basketball, because basketball, you're on your feet. It's a little bit more pounding on the tendons and joints. There are some things that you could do, but you can try your best. You can get in better shape. You can improve your aerobic capacity and your anaerobic capacity without beating on your joints by getting on a recumbent bike or an exercise bike, or doing some light swimming, right? Or getting on an elliptical for your aerobic capacity. Improve your aerobic capacity without the beating on your tendons or your joints. Now, for anaerobic, it's a little bit harder because there's going to be, the harder you go, the more intense you go, the more intense it's going to be on your tendons and your joints, no matter what the form of cardio. But you can do some sprints in the pool, swim as fast as you can, down and back, do 50s or 100s or whatever you're going to do. You can get on an elliptical and do some HIIT cardio, like 15 seconds on, 45 seconds off for 6 to 10 rounds. You could do that on the bike as well. Like I said, there's always going to be a little bit more on your tendons, your joints, with the high intensity cardio, the anaerobic based cardio than the aerobic based, low to moderate. But you could do like HIIT cardio in the pool, like high knees or some form of interval training where you're not swimming. If you can't swim or you don't want to swim, in the pool, like there's other things that you could do outside of playing basketball to improve your aerobic base and your anaerobic base. But 100% agree with Coach Ross, 100% agree with Rick Pitino. There's nothing you could do to condition for basketball better than playing basketball. Anyways, that's it for this video. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. And there's a link down below in the pinned comment in the description of this video with access to my advanced training programs. If you would like me, a professional strength coach, to set up your sets, your reps, your exercises, your regressions and progressions, your phases, your periodization, so that you jump as high as possible, you're strong, athletic, powerful, as much as you possibly can be. You improve your athleticism as much as humanly possible. Click that link, check out my vertical jump training programs or my other programs and my vertical jump coaching, customized vertical jump coaching. I will take everything that I know about you and write you your own plan. But that's it. I will see you in tomorrow's video. I love you all. Peace.